Hi, my name is Darby Grimes, and I am going to be presenting to you the 7 reasons as to why you should be supporting your local craft brewery as well as drinking craft beer. So I would really recommend you watching my PowerPoint along with this, and I hope you enjoy. So to start off, what is a craft beer? A craft beer is, according to the Brewers Association, small, independent, and traditional. It must produce less than 6 million barrels of beer per year. In contrast, a macro brewery is producing more than 6 million barrels of beer per year. The big companies are known to be Anheuser-Busch, Miller, Coors, PBR, and they are known to produce a beer that is a light beer, and it has minimal to no flavor as well as very low alcohol content. So to start off my 7 reasons, choices. There are so many choices, 3,739 breweries in the United States to be exact, and 256 just in Washington State alone. They have many different kinds of styles of beers, anything from IPA, pale ale, stouts, porters, hefes, and just so many different kinds, and they're constantly making new innovations and recipes and hybrids as well, so it's constantly growing and getting bigger and bigger. The great thing about craft beer is that they do have high alcohol content in their choices as well as low alcohol content. So you can, if you do prefer a macro beer truly, you do have the option of, or if you prefer it because of the low alcohol content, you can actually drink craft beer. Surprisingly, there are a lot of craft beer that has low alcohol content. The next category is quality, which is a huge thing. Macro beers have very cheap and harmful ingredients. You might not know because they are very private in the ingredients that they put in their beer. It is not posted anywhere. They don't, if you go and ask them, they won't discuss it. A lot of them contain GMOs, and some of the GMOs that are contained in these beers are unapproved and experimental, and so they put it in there and they weren't even approved, which is like mind-boggling that they would put something in there that has pesticides in there that could cause cancer or any kind of disease. It's just like, wow, like I can't believe that I have drank that, or anyone that I have known has drank that, and like, not that I have anything wrong with me now, but it's definitely a possibility, and it's very scary. But one of the main things is that when you drink craft beer or macro beer or cheap beer, honestly, like with cheap beer, you're not only just getting a cheap buzz, but you are getting basically the worst of the worst, and it's not healthy at all. With craft beer, it is very high quality, and that is why it may cost more. They use local produce as well as get their products from farms and really give back to their community by doing that. And they are known to have 4 ingredients, which are hops, water, and grain, and yeast. And the next one is community. Craft beer has completely changed the communities around the United States. They have brought a following to towns that may have gone under, and now they are just thriving because of how many craft breweries are in the surrounding areas. So they're growing the areas, they're expanding them, bringing in more money, and the great thing about craft beer is that they have so many different kinds of events that go on throughout the year, and there's ones I'm from Yakima, and there's one coming up in Yakima in August, and even the Hop Fest longer down the road. But I would definitely suggest going to a festival because they're just awesome. They're also a great thing about craft beer is the health benefits. They have less calories, they lower cholesterol, have known to be able to fight off certain cancers, as well as gluten-free. Gluten-free has become a huge, I would say, fad, but a lot of people are gluten-free. I have family who is gluten-free, and so they're not able to consume any sort of gluten at all, and to be able to drink that, and like, is just great, like to have that option. A lot of people are also just health conscious, and so I think that's great to have that gluten-free option. Also, creates so many jobs. There are so many different jobs within just the realm of brewing, producing, even merchandise. There are food, people who make the food, serve the food, just lots of customer service, just so many wide ranges of brewers or of jobs, and there's constantly craft breweries popping up left and right, and so there's constantly jobs appearing for these positions of breweries. So that's really great, and you can also have the chance to meet the people making your beer, which I think is just awesome. Like, they are more than willing to take time out of their day to talk to you, answer some questions, maybe even give you a tour, and they really just love their job. And lastly, one of the reasons why craft beer is doing so well is because it's customer driven. They have minimal marketing and they really rely on their customers, and that is why we are truly succeeding. We don't rely on millions and billions of dollars of commercials to market our product. It's really our customers that are driving our industry, which is great. And I completely would suggest, if you haven't had craft beer, to try it because it's amazing. There's so many different kinds. You might not like the first kind you have, but it is great, and I really suggest that you get involved with your community if there's breweries around. And I hope that you enjoyed my speech and drink craft beer over macro beer. Thank you.